Hello and welcome to Changomatically. I'm your host, Freddie Shaven. And today we're going to cover episode 2, where we left off in episode 1, which is my legal troubles. So we covered in episode 1 how I grew up, a little bit of background, and how I got to the point where I was arrested and put in jail on January 31st, 2017. Now I find myself in a jail cell with another cellie, who's my cellmate or roommate. And the unit they put me in had nothing but people fighting murder charges, serious gang slash murder slash kidnapping slash violent crimes. Reason being is two reasons. One is my bail was $3 million with a 1275 stipulation. A 1275 stipulation attached to bail means that I have to show the DA's office before a bail could be approved that every single money that came to buy the home or whatever I'm going to use as collateral or the cash all came from a legal source. Ironically, everyone I spoke with, there was about 32 inmates in my unit. I was at Theo Lacey County Jail, which is in Orange County, California, Santa Ana. And most of the people I spoke with had bails, even with murder charges, 500, 550,000. And mine was 3 million, and nobody was hurt. Okay, not physically, nobody beat anybody up, nobody ripped anybody off. I ran a really clean, honest agency. So I get a lot of people coming in to interview me. I am depressed. I'm not eating. Of course, you go from good food to really bad food, and you don't really, when I'm depressed, I don't really want to touch food. I don't even want to think about food. I think I lost, no exaggeration, about 40 pounds in a month. Didn't want to eat. Of course, you can't work out. You can't do anything. It's you in the cell 23 hours a day. They let you out 1 hour a day, different times. Every day it changes because they have a rotation, and you have an hour to take a shower, make a phone call if you have anyone to call. Of course, they have to pay for it. It's all collect. And clean your cell, clean a certain areas in the unit, all that stuff. Now I'm sitting there, and the DA kept adding more and more charges. We went from 12 pandering charges to 32 or 34, and they kept adding all the way up to until I had 61 counts. Basically, what he did was every time he saw an ad that looked like it could be mine, he Jane Doe it on the indictment and just added the charge. Pandering means the escort or the woman agreed to work with me and give me part of her proceeds, right? Just by the mere fact that there's a connection there, that's enough for them to charge you in the state of California. So I started getting a lot of, they forfeited over $10 million in cash. So I was getting a lot of shyster type ambulance chasing attorneys that were only interested in the case because there was a civil forfeiture attached to it. And somehow, if we can win the case or part of the case, they'll be able to return some of that money. And they were interested in getting 40 or 50% of that cash, right? I won't get into too much detail about my legal troubles. All I can tell you is that, because it's boring, if not for other reason. However, I have to tell you this, that even I sit here today, over 4 years removed from my day of arrest, because today is June 17th, 2021. So we're talking 52 months removed from my arrest date, and me serving 38 months in a California state prison, I have to tell you that till today, I have not seen my discovery. Discovery is what the government has to give the defendant prior to going to a preliminary hearing or status hearings or any type of hearing or pretrial hearings, and definitely not the trial. That's a constitutional right, Sixth Amendment constitutional right that we are afforded to build a defense. So in order to do that, you have to look at everything that the government has against you as evidence. Till today, I have not laid my eyes one time on that discovery. Never seen it. They claimed that the attorney that I had at the time, Walter Mitchell out of Newport Beach, who was also a client of mine, they claimed that he was a client, therefore they cannot issue the discovery because they did not trust him. Meanwhile, they violated my constitutional right because they had an issue with Walter Mitchell, who ended up recusing himself anyways and ended up being charged anyways. So they cannot violate your constitutional rights just because they have suspicion of someone else. So two wrongs don't make a right. Anyway, so I cannot speak of much of what happened in the background and how I got there. All I can tell you is after Walter Mitchell recused himself and I got a public defender and I got the media breathing down my neck, I had 20/20, 48 hours, Nightline, you name it. They all wanted to talk to me. And all the DA wanted was my client list of over, with their own claim of over 8,600 clients that I had. So that's all he cared about. Even though I had mentioned to him in one of my court appearances on the record in court that I had federal, state, county, and local officials, including people in the DA's office that indicted me as clients. Did not care. He just wanted to charge everyone. So I was faced with two choices. Go with the circus, start talking to the media, make it a whole hoopla, make it a big deal, get my 15 minutes so this way when I get out, I can get offers for movies, for deals, for documentaries, for whatever, or do the right thing, shut it down and get the best deal I can get, do the shortest amount of time I can, and let it go. Let them keep the money, which, believe me, I could really use some money right now. But money is not the most important thing on earth. So I believe I made the right decision. I promised everyone that was involved with me in my agency, whether it's the escorts or the clients, that I will protect them till the end. And just because they got me or I fell, it doesn't mean that everybody else has to suffer. So I took my wounds. Nobody else got charged except for Walter Mitchell, which was in his own doing, because I advised him not to get off the case. I told him, as soon as you get off the case, Walter, who was my attorney at the time, they will charge you. He got off the case on a Friday. On a Monday, he was charged. Misdemeanor, but he ended up losing his license. He's a big boy. He's an attorney. He should know better. So nobody got hurt. I took one for the team. I went to did my time, let them keep all the money, and here I am in front of you talking about it. But you know what? I have zero regrets, and I'll tell you why. If I had not gone through that experience, even though it looked like the worst experience of my life at that point, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be the person I am today. I would not have changed my entire life. And the reason why I'm doing this channel, the reason why I'm talking to you is for positive change. Now I'm paying it back, paying it forward, right? I'm giving back. Anybody that needs help with change, no matter what type of change it is in your life, I'm here to help you. And believe me, I have not made a dime. Ever since I've been on YouTube, I have another channel, and I started this channel a couple of weeks ago, but I've been on YouTube over a year. I'll tell you, I've not made a dime. Okay, and it takes a lot of time every day and dedication and hard work and skill to shoot these videos, post them, and do everything else I need to do. But it's worth it if I can help one person make a positive change in their life or save their life. Better yet, I have done my job. So after all these legal troubles, the DA did not want to give me a break, did not even want to offer a deal. He said he was looking at 2 digits, meaning he wanted to give me 25, 35, 45 years, whoever. They said I was looking at over 80 years. Okay, 87 or whatever years. Finally, Judge McKenna, the presiding judge on my case, offered me a one-time only take it or leave it deal, forfeit all the money, which ended up with Homeland Security, and take 10 years prison, which means in the state of California, if you're on good behavior, this is a nonviolent, you get 50% off right away, automatically. So that took it down to 5 years. And they had just enacted Prop 57, meaning you can get up to 12 weeks of educational, vocational credits every year, for every calendar year. You can get that off your sentence on top of the 50%. And also you can get another 4 weeks off for self-help, like anger management, AA, NA, drug program, whatever. And I did everything I could, and I ended up doing 38 months on a 10-year sentence, which was 120 months, which I figured out this is going to cost me 3 years, just from experience. So I did the best I could with what I had. I also have some remedies that I can take part of once the time is right, that I can pretty much reverse everything because of the constitutional violation. And we won't talk much about that. All I can tell you is I'm very happy that that worst situation, I came out, written 4 books, did all the programs, worked on myself, changed who I am, worked on my anger issues, worked on my self-worth issues, worked on my criminal thinking. And now I can tell you, I'm totally free and clear from all criminal thinking, from all the prison I built within myself. We'll talk more about that in future videos. And this is what this channel is about. So after all said and done, I took the deal. Everybody was good. Did not expose anybody. None of my married clients, which over 99% of them were, did not have to deal with divorces and loss of business and loss of careers and loss of face and everything else, of reputation. They were protected. My girls were protected. Everybody's protected. I lived to tell you this story. So I hope you enjoyed episode 2 of my story, and tune in for episode 3 coming up soon. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay happy.